everyone, thanks for joining me today to do a weights workout. Now this program is based sitting on a chair, but if you'd like to get up and do the exercises standing, that's fine as well. You can up the intensity. So I have 2 dumbbells. You could have 2 water bottles filled with water or half filled with water, or you could have a couple of cans of corn or something. Or you can do this program without weights at all if you just want to do the movements. So let's get started. Don't do anything that is going to injure your body. If you've got bad shoulders, you may find the overhead weight work is uncomfortable, so don't do it if anything causes you pain. So we're not going to start with our weights at the beginning. We're just going to have a little bit of a warm-up. First of all, we just want to take some deep breaths in and out. So let's take 3 deep breaths in and out, sitting at the front of a sturdy chair. Big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. And one more. All right. Just warming up our muscles a little bit. Let's circle and roll our shoulders backwards. You might find it easier to take the elbows to the side and draw circles with the elbows. And then reverse the direction. So rolling them forward. Okay, one arm at a time. Let's circle our arms backwards, seeing how close we can sweep to our ear. And then again, reverse the direction. I'm going forward this time. So you might notice I'm sitting forward on my chair, so that I'm using my tummy muscles or my core muscles to hold me upright. I'm not slouching back against my chair. So nice sturdy chair, sitting at the bottom at the front, taking the weight into the legs. All right, now we're just going to bring our hands together in front of us and curl our chin to our chest so that we're curling the upper back forward, making a C shape. And then we're going to open up our arms and lift our chest forward, and then curl. So it's like a cat-cow in yoga, if anyone does yoga. So curve forward, tuck the chin, open the chest. Couple more. And curl. And release. Okay, now we're just reaching across our body, stretching through our shoulder, and then the other arm. If you'd like to tap out to the side with your leg, same leg, same arm, but leg going in the opposite direction. So today you can focus purely on the upper body, just doing the hand weights, or there will be options to add in the legs. We'll be doing 2 exercises and then repeating them, and then going on to a different 2 exercises. Okay, reaching overhead with one arm and then the other. And again, if you'd like to add in the same leg with just a tap forward with your heel. So with weights, presuming you're not using huge weights, but we still should try and do it. When we do the hard part of the exercise, like the lift or the push, that's when you breathe out. Doesn't really matter if we're not using huge weights, but if we were finding anything difficult, you'd use your breath out to help you do the movement. Okay, good. Okay, time to grab your hand weights. Sit forward on your chair. And we're going to grab our 2 weights together, our hands together, and we're just going to lean forward, go as far as we can, if you can touch the ground, and then come back up. Down, up, down. So as fast or as slow as you like. I'm holding in my lower belly here, Using my abdominal muscles to support me as I bend forward, straight spine, shoulders down our back. One more, come up to seated, and we're going to do bicep curls. So just tucking the elbows by the side, bringing the weights from my thighs up to my chest. If you'd like to add in single leg kicks, so both arms are working, and alternate our leg kicks forward, sitting up tall. And last one. Okay, repeating those two exercises. So reaching forward, tummy muscles in, weights towards the floor. You might only go halfway, that's okay. So not hunching over as I come forward, my spine's straight. So I'm hinging at the hips. Last one. And coming back to our bicep curls, sit tall, and if you'd like to add in the kicks, push through the heel, placing our hand weights either on the floor or on the chair behind you. Now most of our exercises do involve the hand weights, but the next one we're actually going to use our body weight. So we're going from a sit to a stand. So I have my heels a little bit behind my knees. Probably my toes and my knees are in line with each other. If you need to use the sides of your chair, but what we're hoping to do is lean our chest forward and come to a stand, and then sit our bottom down. Now you can come all the way to the seat, or you can just touch down. So let's go. As fast or as slow as you like, pushing through those heels into the thighs. Let's do 3 more. 3, and down. Grabbing your hand weights, we're going to start them on our upper thighs, and then bring them up our chest with our elbows coming out to the side level with our shoulders for an upright row. So you're rowing a boat up the chest. Place the weights down. We're repeating this two exercises. Get our feet in under our knees. This time, if you'd like to cross your arms on your chest, lean forward, push up, sit down, or touch down. Keep that tummy pulled in, supports your back as you push up. Our transverse abdominis muscle starts around our lower back and comes right round between our hips to support our back. Deep tummy muscle. That's what we talk about when we talk about our core muscles. That and our pelvic floor. One more, and let's take a seat. Grabbing your hand weights, coming up the chest for our upright row. Release our weights down. Okay, our next exercise is overhead triceps. So grabbing our two weights together, our weights come up and behind our head. We're trying to point our elbows towards the front of where your gaze is going, and then we push up to the roof. Okay, an alternative to that, in case your shoulders don't allow you to get them overhead, is to, and I'll just turn side on so you can see, is tuck both elbows into the side, bring the weight forward to the chest, and then just bend and straighten the elbow. You'll notice my shoulder's not moving at all, it's just an elbow movement, and you can do both arms at the same time or focus on one. So I'll go back to my overhead tricep, pushing to the roof, and at the same time, if you'd like to lift the calves up as you take the weights in the air, as high as you can, I'm lifting my heels up for calf raises. You'll feel the calf clench as you lift. And weights down. Our next exercise, mainly focusing on our legs. So we might put our hand weights down, and it's a side tap, alternating legs, or a star jump, two legs together. You can add in the arms. So off we go, one leg or two legs. 10 more seconds. As fast or as slow as you like. And rest. All right, going back to our overhead triceps. So again, drop the weights behind the head, push to the roof and lift the heels at the same time if you can. Or bend the arms in, bend the elbows backwards and forwards. Off we go. I'm just showing one arm. If you are doing one arm, you may decide to swap now. Very good. Okay, back to our star jumps or side taps. So I'm actually going to keep my weights in my hand at this time, doing single leg or doubles. So I'm just going out to the sides with my hand weights rather than overhead because that would be too much. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, short rest for a moment before we start another group of exercises. So if you'd just like to watch, I'm going to widen my feet apart a little bit with this one. I have my arms out to the side as my starting point, and I'm twisting my hand to the opposite ankle and taking my other hand in the air, coming back and swapping. Now, if it's too much with your weights, it may be better to do it without weights. You may decide not to have the arms out to the side, just reach one ankle to the other. Opposite hand. So, let's go. Cross over. Cross over. So really working the sides of our abdominal muscles, our oblique abdominal muscles here with our twist. Last one, that side, and then the other side, and coming up. Okay. Next one is a shoulder press from our hip. So I'm having both weights sitting on my thighs here, and I'm going to push them all the way up above my head, and then back down again. So they're coming up the chest, pushing up. So it's like an upright row, then a shoulder press. If you'd like to add in alternate knees up, so up, knee up, down, up, knee up, down. Let's go. Up, knee up, down, up, knee up, down. You can leave the hands at the shoulders and just go straight up if that's easier. And last one. And down. Okay, I'm going to choose to do the next one without weights. Going back to our reach to the opposite ankle. Off we go. If you haven't been doing any weights and you're already feeling the muscles, maybe continue to do the movements now without your weights, because we don't want you to be so sore tomorrow you can't get anything out of the top cupboard because your muscles are hurting that much. And coming up. Okay, so our shoulder press. Up with our knee, up with our hands. Weights or no weights. When you're ready, off we go. Three, two, one. Good job. Okay. Our next one, you can pop your weights down. Bring your hands up near your shoulders with your elbows out. And all we're doing here is leaning, crunching to one side. So taking the elbow down to a hip. You have to come a little bit further forward on your chair, but don't fall off. And crunch, and crunch, and crunch. This can be quite uncomfortable. We tend not to do a lot of lateral movements on and our spine tends to feel this a little bit. So just do what you can. One more each side. Crunch, crunch, and hands down. Our second exercise is upright rows from our ankle. So again, your choice whether you go hand weights or just do the movement without the weights. I'm leaning forward as far as I can, putting my ribs onto my thighs, hands by my ankles, and then pulling up as though I'm starting a lawnmower that won't start. Off we go. And coming up, put the weights down. If you've got weights in your hand, sit tall, hands near the shoulders, and lean to the side. Crunch, crunch, working my oblique tummy muscles that are in the sides of my torso. Last one, and hands down. Okay, repeating our second exercise, our upright rows from our ankles. Hands down by the ankles, lean the chest forward, don't dump and sag the back, keep the back straight, and pull up. Three, two, one. Coming up, right. All right, our next set of exercise, we're doing a kick forward with our leg. And if you can reach towards, so a little twist in the tummy with your opposite hand. You can have weights in your hands for this one if you like. I'm not. I'm just getting that little twist, reaching towards a straight leg kick. Off we go, another 10 seconds. So you can do this standing, high impact or low impact. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next exercise, I'm leaning back and then I'm going to take my back off the chair. So I can feel I need to tighten and pull in my tummy muscles here. And then I'm going to come forward and punch across. Lean back, come forward, punch across. So I'm leaning back, but I'm not leaning on my chair. I'm using my tummy muscles to let me lean back as far as I can and then come forward and punch across the body. Okay, punch. Really get some attitude. Punch. Lean back. Punch. You should be able to feel this tummy having to work to hold you as you go back a little bit. Doesn't matter how far you go back, just a little bit more than sitting upright. Last one. Good job. Okay, back to our alternate leg kicks. So kicking our legs and then reaching with a little twist, not leaning forward, sitting upright, a little twist and reaching. If you don't reach the foot, that's fine. And down. Okay, lean back, punch, lean back, punch, lean back, punch. So getting a bit of movement in that shoulder as it comes across and definitely getting work out in the belly. Last two, punch, punch. Good job. Okay, not much more. 3 more sets of exercise. The next one is a fast toe raise. So it's toes up and down together. Up, 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 up. Sounds easier than it is. And then if you'd like to get your arms in front of you and go up and down, maybe 2 hands together. It's a bit like rubbing your tummy and patting your head. So tap, tap, tap with those toes, hands up and down together. Again, I haven't got hand weights in here. So I want to be able to gauge that tomorrow I'm not too sore. Okay, if I keep doing this program every second day for a couple of weeks, I'd probably continue to use the weights in every exercise. Pacing myself. Shoulder press is our next exercise. So what we're going to do is bring the weights up near our shoulder, punch the one arm up and then reach down with that same weight to the side. And then the other arm up, reach down. So I'm getting a side bend there, up, and keep alternating sides. Off we go. Again, you can do this without the weights. And you could just go side, side if you're not doing the overhead work. Coming back to our fast toe raise with our fast hands up and down. Oh yes, definitely can't do that with weights. So toes tapping up and down. Hopefully you can see my toes going up and down together and my fists going up and down in front of me. Keep going, 10 more seconds. Quite hard work on those shins, those toes going up and down. Mine is slowing down. Bring them forward a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, back to our shoulder press and reach down to the side. Up, reach. Up, reach. One more each side. And hand weights down. All right, no arms in this one. All we're going to do is jog as fast as we can with our feet. So it's just little gentle, sound like a heifer up here, toes, heels off the floor, toes hitting the floor as fast as you can. You're going to try for 20 seconds, that's halfway. And stop, good job. Again, grabbing your hand weights, bring them in front of your chest. Elbows are down, and then all we're doing is pushing them straight up towards the ceiling. And down. Up and down. When I talked about the breathing out, we breathe in here, and as we push up, we breathe out. Breathe in, bring them down. Breathe out during the hard part. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And down. Back to our fast feet. 20 seconds again. Seconds as fast as you can. You only have one more set of exercises after this group. 3, 2, 1. Okay, back to our hand weights. Catch your breath first. Big inhale. Exhale, push up. Inhale, come down. Our last set of exercises before we do some nice stretches. We're going to lean back in our chair. This time, permission to lean onto the back of the chair. Hands can rest on the arms if you have the arms. Tighten your lower belly, and then it's either one knee up at a time, as high as you can go to your chest, or if you think you can bring both knees up, tap down, up. So off we go, one knee at a time, or both knees. If you've got lower back issues, make sure, well, everybody makes sure they're tightening their belly before they start. But if you've got lower back issues, go one knee at a time, not both. Let's do 5 more. And down. Okay, our last arm exercise, we're going to lean forward with our weights in our hand. So our rib cage on our thighs, our spine is straight, and then it's just flying like a bird, doing a fly. So arms out to the side. Make sure your shoulder blades are down your back, and don't lift the weights up too high. We don't want them right up there with straight arms. We've got a little bend in our arms. We're just taking them out to the side. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Sitting up, leaning back in our chair again. Our last lot of crunches. So one knee at a time. Engage that lower belly. So draw it in, draw your pelvic floor in, or 2 legs at a time. Or a bit of both. 3, 2, 1. Our very last exercise, grabbing our hand weights for our fly again, leaning forward, straight spine, shoulder blades down the back, and out to the side. So a slight bend in those elbows. We don't want to lock the arms or lock the joint out. Protect the joint by having a little bend in the elbows. Feel those shoulder blades draw together. 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Hand weights down if you've got them. And we're ready for a stretch. Good job. So let's just stretch our neck first. Just let your chin fall to your chest. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. If you'd like to gently rest the hands for a little bit of assistance on the top of your head, but don't pull your neck. Just adding a little bit to gravity. And then bring the head up. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Feel the stretch in the side, the right-hand side of your neck. This can be quite uncomfortable if our necks are a bit stiff and not 15 years old anymore. Bring the head up and drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And bring the head up. Let's push a hand out in front of us with our fingers bent back, and then just the other hand, just give it a little bit more. So we're stretching this wrist backwards. It's getting a little bit more pressure on it than we would normally do in everyday life. We don't often bring that wrist back. And then take it the other way, just a gentle push against the wrist the other way. And then the other hand, pushing the wrist back, so the fingers back towards the forearm. And then drop the wrist and just give it a little gentle pull under. And release. Okay, crossing your knees if you can. If you can't, just bring one foot off the floor. This is just more comfortable. And then we're just circling our ankle. So around and around. Getting a bit of range of motion in that ankle, and then the other direction. And then pull the toe back towards your nose as much as you can, and then point your foot. So flex, toe back towards your nose is flex, point. Couple more, flex, point. Flex, point. Okay, the other ankle, cross the legs or just have the foot up in the air, circle the ankle. And reverse. Point and flex that foot. Rest your foot down, sit up tall and turn towards the back of your chair. So take both hands around to the side and twist around to the back, but make sure you're sitting as tall as you can before you twist, and don't force. Just go to where you can and take your gaze or your eyes to where you can as well. Come back to center, sit tall again, and then twist to the other direction. And relax. Okay, bringing our hands together in front of us, curving our back. So making a C shape, getting that stretch right along the spine, through the muscles along the spine there. Pull the arms forward as much as you can. And release the hands down, this time raising the chest You can take the hands back behind you and clasp them together. Pull the shoulders back. Stick the chest out as much as you can, like Popeye. Okay, release. Just a couple of leg stretches to go. Let's take one leg out straight in front of us. Keep the leg straight. Bring the toe back towards you. So flex the foot. Sit tall. Lean forward. You can lean on your bent leg. Feel the stretch in the back of the straight leg. So there's no need to reach the toe. We don't want any bent leg just so that we can reach the toe. We won't reach our foot at all. We'll just keep that leg straight and the toe back. So you can go as deep as you like to feel the stretch. Some people might not need to sit very far forward at all and they feel that stretch in the back of their leg. Others can fold nearly in halves. And let's do the other leg. We have one more leg stretch to do. So sitting up, I'm going to sit slightly side onto my chair, tuck my toe to the side. So I'm trying to stretch this leg and hip. And then if you can lean back a little bit, you'll feel the stretch a little bit more. And sit forward and we'll do the other leg. So you can come back to this program every couple of days. There's no worries with weight workouts. You can find it again on this Facebook site if you go into the video area, or it may be easier to Google Eden Hope Hospital YouTube and they have a video section with all the exercises in there. So feel free to do it. I encourage you to do it again. Keep the strength in your muscles going. Okay, well done. Big deep breath in. Let's take our arms over our head as we inhale and exhale. And again, 2 more. Always good. 3 times a day, do some big deep breaths. Give your lungs a workout as well. Good stuff. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel good. And we'll see you again. See ya.